Hey there, Tunes! Coach Zucchini's extremely positive twin here. And Joey made this amazing blog post, completely amazing blog post. It's about how Toontown is going to return officially. And I agree with absolutely everything in this blog post. So first of all, I'd like to give praise to Joey for writing this. It's 1,300 words long. Joey's oftentimes saying, that he doesn't have enough time. He doesn't have enough time to, fix golfing. And the reason it took so, like, 4 years to actually even get us to this point in the game where, almost everything works is because he doesn't have that much time on his hands. And, I agree with that. And I agree that Joey has extremely good time management skills. He doesn't have enough time to work on his game, but he has enough time to write a 1,300 word post on the Reddit about how Toontown, his game, is going to be overtaken by another company sometime. So I just love his time management skills. Just beautiful time management skills, right? I really hope all of us have as good of time management skills as you do one day. Anyways, so basically, I think there's one core problem on why Toontown hasn't returned yet. I believe it will return. I believe it's just a matter of time. So I think there's going to be an investor meeting sometime soon. And one of the investors is going to be like, remember that game called Toontown? Well, I bet you don't because, not that many people played it. But anyways, that game was dead. That game was dead, completely dead, in 2013. And it's been dead for 4 years. And it really wasn't even profitable in 2013. That's why it closed. But anyways, I bet if we bring back that dead game that barely anyone played, it'll make tons of money and they're all going to clap. And they're all going to say, I'm putting millions of my dollars in my investment money into Disney because Toontown is going to return and make tons and tons of money. And that's what's going to happen. That is what is going to happen. And then Toontown will return. But Joey here is talking about, how he would put his own money into Toontown. And that's a great start. Now, Joey is, I believe, a college student. I don't think I would have made that up or anything. I believe he said that somewhere. But anyways, so you know what happens to those college students, they have to take out those student loans and then, you got those loan sharks coming at the door. So he's going to have to pay off his loan debt for a while. But then after that, he will be able to put in tons of money into a, Toontown server. And I hope he puts tons and tons of money in. But I think the biggest thing is we need to get Disney behind us. So like Joey talked about a movement here. And we all know that executives, when there's a movement for anything, they're very, very good. Now, we all know that executives, they're the most reasonable people on the face of this planet. And a lot of people will say, Toontown will never be revived because, there have been movements with movies and games where people really want another, sequel to a, movie or game, but companies just won't do it. And some of these movements have millions and millions of people backing them. But what people don't understand is executives know much more than we do. There's reasons why they don't want to bring those things back. But none of those reasons apply to Toontown. When executives look at Toontown, okay, so like Toontown, at a fair point, there's usually around 2,000 to 3,000 people online. So let's just say that there's, like 5,000 people who always log into Toontown every day. And let's also make a logical leap of faith and say that, all those people are going to, pay at least $10 every month. So 5,000 times 10 is $50,000 every single month for a multi-billion-dollar corporation. This is absolutely insane. A multi-billion-dollar company is really going to want to pour millions of dollars into a project that's going to make them $50,000 every single month. I don't know why they'd pass this up. They would be insane to pass up an opportunity like this. And I'm aware they're going to have to, pay for the servers, the moderators, people to keep the servers, good, people make new content. But that's completely okay because $50,000, that's definitely going to be enough to pay for all of their salaries and to give them tons of money in return. Now, I've been talking a lot about, the Toontown, if Toontown were to return in its previous form. But we haven't even talked about the sequel option. Now, they did this with Club Penguin. Now, Club Penguin is a very popular browser game. Had a pretty big following. It was probably making them plenty of money, but Disney just wanted more. They wanted more money. So basically what they did is they closed down the browser game that was making them plenty of money. And they were like, we want more money. We want to put this into a mobile game. So they closed down the browser game and they made a sequel. Now, a lot of people are going to make the stupid argument and say that Club Penguin had like a million times more players than Toontown ever had. Like, Toontown probably has like 5% of the player base Club Penguin has. And that's why it won't get a sequel. Now that's ridiculous because, like we already talked about, Toontown will at least make them $50,000 every month. So they're definitely going to want to, do at least a sequel or at least bring the old game back. Now, Club Penguin Island is an absolute masterful game. It's one of the best sequels ever, if not the best sequel ever. Basically, they took everything amazing about Club Penguin, and they took it out of the game. Now, this is masterful game design, So everything you loved about the game, like mini games, card jitsu, stamps, all of those good things about Club Penguin, they took it out of the game, and they also made the game smaller, with less locations. They also made it so the only reliable way to earn coins is by walking around the island collecting materials, which is tons of fun. It's much, much more fun than, playing, a mini game, trying to beat your score, trying to get that stamp, that achievement you always wanted. Much better just, wandering around the island. It's great. Master Game Design. So my point at this is I'm really hoping if they make a Toontown sequel, they do something very much along the lines of this. I'm hoping that they dumb down Toontown even more. Because, Disney, if they're going to make a sequel, they're going to look at Toontown. They're going to be like, okay, we can't do this. Everyone's just using sound on cogs. Sound is way too overpowered. So what they're going to do is they're going to remove sound from the game. There's no way sound's made into a Toontown sequel. But then they're going to run into another problem because now they're going to, okay, we took out sound, but oh no, what's going to happen now? Because now the game is way too grindy. It's too easy for it. Now it's way too grindy without sound. So they're going to remove all gag tracks. You can't have a game that's just absurdly grindy, So what they're going to do next is they are going to remove the cogs. You can't have the cogs if you don't have gag tracks. So now the cogs are gone. But then the activities are going to come into the mix. Now, you get laugh points from activities. So we're going to have to remove activities from the game because there's no reason to do those if you don't get laugh points. And then the trolley, you get jelly beans where you buy your gags. That has to go too. So I'm hoping this Toontown sequel will be called Toontown Island. And you might be saying I removed a lot of features, but this is what Disney's going to do. But their two main key features are still going to be in Toontown. Do not worry. Basically, make a tune, so you can create any tune you want, and the playgrounds. And because Disney has the rights again, they're going to throw Mickey Mouse in there, and you're going to be able to walk around with Mickey Mouse with other players. Now, the only slight negative thing about this is, because it's a sequel, and not just old Toontown brought back, there's going to be a slight premium. I think it'll probably be around like $20 a month, but that's $100,000. $100,000 towards this multi-billion-dollar company. Now, another amazing plus. I've already praised Joey so much in this video, but he's just such a great game developer. He always talks about how if Toontown ever does return, he hopes that, Disney will, hit him up for a job. And I completely agree. He deserves one. Disney's going to look through Toontown Arena and they're going to be like, yeah, you almost had all the features of a game that was like 10 years old, more than 10 years old. You almost have all the features on that game, almost, not quite. Golfing is still broken, but it doesn't matter. It took you like 4 years to do it, but that doesn't matter. We're going to give you this glamorous Disney job. We're going to, you're probably going to be making good money. And you can work on our game. You can work on the Toontown sequel. So, in summary, Toontown will return. We just do not know in what form. It'll either come back the old one, updated, or a complete sequel. Thank you all for watching. This has been Coach Zucchini's extremely positive twin, and I'll see you all later.